Welcome to cit178 Relational Databases, and I'm Lisa Ballbeck, your instructor. And I'm just going to kind of give you an overview of how the course is set up and where you need to start. So if we scroll down, you'll notice I've got my office hours, my office phone. I have on-campus hours, and this semester I also have online hours in a Zoom program. It's a net conferencing program. And what I will do is send all of my students an invite to the office hours. And then you can simply follow the directions, click on the link, and you can come in and ask questions. They're just like my normal office hours on campus. They're not required. You don't have to attend. But if you have any questions about the course or you've run into some problems, I would encourage you to utilize those because these are live office hours and you can actually share your desktop with me and I can take a look at whatever the problem is and hopefully we can get it resolved. So those are every Sunday night. I won't be doing them the first Sunday. That would be, I believe, the 13th. Let me see when that is. Classes start the 11th, so I'm not going to do them on the 13th, but I will start in on the 20th. Then, if we kind of look down here, CIT does post a lot to social media. We do internships and job opportunities, that type of thing. Any special events that we've taken pictures of, we put those out there as well. So here are links to the CIT department, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter pages. News and announcements is something that I post to, and typically I post at least once a week. When I'm done correcting the assignments for the week, I will post a message to let everybody know. So you don't have to wonder, is my assignment corrected or is it not corrected? I will give you feedback in the Dropbox, and I will also post an announcement when I'm done correcting everybody's assignment. The student questions and answers, that is for you to ask each other questions. If I notice that there's a question in there, I will take a look and I may respond, but it's really intended for you guys to help each other. And then right now I'm only displaying 3 weeks. As the semester progresses, I will open up more blocks. And the blocks all have dates. So you know, hopefully you know what week you're working on. So for the first week, you are definitely going to want to download and install the software and the database files for this course. And they are located in database resources and software. To make this easier for you, I did include 2 videos up at the top. The first one shows you how to download and install SQL Server 2017. Developer Edition, and the SQL Server Management Studio, which is the application that we use to access SQL Server database files. You need to download and install the SQL Server 2017 first, and then you can do the SQL Server Management Studio. And if you watch the video, it walks you through that whole entire process. The second video is for downloading and installing the database files that we're going to use in this course. So there's basically 3 things you need to download, and they are located under Test Data Resources. So you need to download the Northwind, the Muroc, and worldwide importers. Those 3. And the video shows you how to download them and also how to get them installed. The Mirac is very easy to install because they're SQL files. So you're going to want to open up the SQL Server Management Studio, and then you just double click on those files. They open right up in SQL Server, and you can execute them. But the video does show you how to do all of that. And if you run into any problems, let me know. Stop into the office hours. You can actually, if you have a laptop, you can bring it into my campus office hours, and I will help you. So for our first week, everything that you need to complete is up here at the top, along with when it needs to be completed by. And then below that, it just tells you what you have for homework for the next week. And so here's a welcome message that you guys can read. It basically explains how the course is laid out in probably more detail than I'm doing in the video. And then we have our course syllabus and the college syllabus, which is pretty much the same for everybody. And then we've got our course schedule, which goes over what we're going to cover each week. And basically, let me see, I'll open this. What you see in here for the course schedule is basically the same thing that I have put at the top of each block. Okay, so they are going to match what you see here with what you see up here at the top. Okay, so you're going to start by reading the welcome message. You're going to go through the syllabus and schedule, and I do recommend printing out the schedule. It'll just kind of help keep you organized and on track. The next thing that you're going to do is you are going to do the discussion forum. And you'll notice that I actually posted a message myself that you can read through. Only post as much information as you're comfortable with. Okay, but this is for other people in the class to get to know you. And then I provide individual feedback for those discussions. So that's what this is for. You don't need to upload anything to that. That is where you're going to see my feedback. Okay, so the feedback is private. It's not public in the discussion forum. For the lecture demo, you're going to want to read through that. Okay, and this first one is pretty much an overview. Okay, so you'll read through that. And there really isn't an assignment for that one. So the only real assignment you're going to have is creating an e-portfolio. And I did put this in the first week just because you don't have a lot of assignments the first week, other than you downloading and installing software and getting your database files installed. That's really your primary assignments besides doing this e-portfolio. And we are requiring all CIT students to have one of these. And where we'd like you to put it is LinkedIn. However, if you prefer using WordPress or a different format, you can. LinkedIn, I think, is the easiest, fastest way to get this done. And I did do a video that shows you kind of how I set up this page. And in this course, what you are going to be doing eventually is we are going to have a final project, and we are going to put that final project on GitHub. And so you're going to want to enter some kind of a description. Eventually, you don't have to do it to start with, but you are going to need something in your e-portfolio that will link the e-portfolio to the final project that you have in GitHub. Okay, so this text is just kind of setting up for that. If you want to enter the text now, that's great. And if you don't, you can wait till later. It's totally up to you. But you need your name. If you have a personal website, great, put that in there. You are going to want to fill in some contact information. And down here is basically what we're requiring that you fill in. Okay, so, you know, if you have work experience, great, you know, you can fill all of that in. But it's going to be kind of individual. And the reason that we've chosen LinkedIn is because not only do we take our final project and we put it in GitHub, but there's a certification exam that you will be taking as your final. And you will be able to connect that directly to LinkedIn. So potential employers will see that you're certified in database administration. Okay, so that'll be your assignment. And like I said, if you don't have anything in LinkedIn, watch the video. Okay, because the video shows you exactly how to create this. And if you have a LinkedIn portfolio already, awesome. Just make sure that you have your picture in there and that you've included, you know, the required information. And only the boldface stuff is required. Okay, so anything else that you want to put in there is great, but it's not really required. So that's basically the first week. Okay, the homework for the next week is finish all your first week assignments, and then you're going to have to read a couple chapters. Okay, chapters 1, 2, and 3. And so once you've done all of week 1, you're going to move on to week 2. And again, it's set up very similar to week 1, where you have everything you need to do listed up top and the due date. And then we have the links that are pretty much in the same order. Okay, and we'll just go week by week. So if you ever have a question, feel free to email me. I pretty much check email every day, including weekends, and I'm happy to help.